Stephen Bess over at Scorpion. I'm the Vice President of Franchise Marketing, and today we wanted to go over internet marketing, what we do at Scorpion for Dwyer and for AirServe and for you specific franchisee, and then also review some different options for your website and some of the services that Scorpion provides. So that's me. That's my nice glamour shot. As I mentioned, I'm the VP of Franchise Marketing. I kind of run the marketing group here with the marketing managers that take care of you guys. I am responsible for the overall campaign success from a brand standpoint and also at a local standpoint. And especially this quarter, I've been working closely with all the franchisees and as well as with Dwyer Home Office, like Mayor Gramatka in Austin. And then I work with my team here on building out strategy for each franchisee and for the national side as well. So just a quick overview of what we're going to review today. First, obviously, I gave you a little background about Scorpion. We're going to talk about your website. We're going to review local content. I'm going to talk about how we handle your local listings or citations, which is a very important factor when it comes to search engine optimization or SEO. And then at the end, I did have some time for some questions, but I don't know if we're going to be fielding any of those today, so just go ahead and move forward. Just really briefly, I wanted to brag about the website. We launched the website a little over a year ago. The AirServe website was completely redone from the ground up. It was also during a time when AirServe rebranded with the new branding, and it just looks absolutely amazing. And as a result, we actually won quite a few web awards. Each one of these awards is a very prestigious web award. I'm not going to bore you with each one of them, but suffice it to say that winning one of these for a website would be a great achievement, and we won nearly a dozen. So it's something that we're very, very proud of, and we know that we're starting you off on the right foot as a new franchisee with a website that is optimized from the ground up and is also just simply beautiful, and is something that people outside of Scorpion and outside of Dwyer have deemed award-worthy. So we're very proud of that. So speaking of the website, this is an example of a localized website. It's going to have a large main image in the front that we're going to talk about here in a second that is customizable. And again, once each one of the franchisees, I know this is a sure start meeting, but once you guys are into the network and you've got your business launched, I'll be available to you to walk you through the website, show you what all's in there, and then also help you customize it. If there's any kind of services you do or do not do, those are absolutely adjustable. And then we'll also talk here in a moment about local content that we can add to customize your website even further. So what just popped up there is like a mobile example of what it would look like on a phone. One of the most important things right now in Google's mind is to have a website that is fully adjustable and is responsive. They call it responsive design. And what that means is the website is capable of adjusting itself and adjusting all of its images and scaling itself so it'll fit on basically any screen size that you have, whether it's an iPhone Plus, or an Android, or a tablet. You know, there's all sorts of different sizes of screens. So the antiquated way to do this would be to have a desktop version of the website and then a mobile website version. We don't do that anymore. We have one website that will adjust itself to any screen that you have. That's one of Google's biggest ranking factors. I wanted to briefly just touch on right up here, this phone number that's going to show on your website. We get a lot of questions initially at launch of a new location about, hey, this phone number has the right area code, but it's not my business phone number. I need to update that. The phone number that's on your website is actually a tracking phone number. It's a phone number that Scorpion has purchased for you that will ring through to your business line. And what that allows us to do is to capture caller ID data and provide reporting in the Scorpion dashboard, which I'll also show you here in a second. This is really, really important so that we can get a feel for how each one of the websites are doing, how they're performing, whether people are finding you. We also have free call recording available. All we have to do is get your permission to turn it on. And then we also track form fills, like if someone does a request for service. But in terms of the phone number, this is the phone number that's going to be on your website, as well as all of your online citations and listings, so that there is consistency across the board. When Google's algorithm crawls the web, They want to see one phone number per business, and we help you guys achieve that by having that tracking number on your website and then pushed across all of your local listings. This is just an image of what's below the fold. So that means if you scroll down, the fold is basically the lower level of the screen. So you can see everything above the screen. So you start to scroll. This is one of those just highlighted areas, these 4 spots. It's essentially highlighting the brand promises. And that's something that I talked to Austin about in marketing department. And he summed it up best where he said, if you look at these 4 items right here, this is what AirServe is all about. So we do have these here, and you can click on them. They take you to specific content. But I do believe that one of the competitive advantages that AirServe has is that it's a Dwyer company, that you guys have very high standards, and that you have brand promises that ring true to people. So we highlight those very heavily on your website. So this is the national website, the .com website. The .com website I wanted to touch on just briefly because in the past, if you guys have had HVAC companies, you had your own website, you had your own domain, which means it might be www.joesheatingandair.com. And that website had to live on its own and rank on its own, and whatever traffic you got to your website is the only traffic that you would get. One of the advantages you have now by being with Dwyer and being with AirServe is that you have an entire network of websites that feed SEO value into this main domain. So it's airserve.com / whatever your location is. So let's say / Nashville or / Fort Walton. Traffic to each one of those websites feeds SEO power into the .com website and vice versa. So in other words, to simplify this as much as I can, the more traffic that each website gets, the better each one of them does, because think of it kind of as the root of a tree. The root is the .com website, and then all the branches off that tree are the local websites themselves. So we like to try and feed as much website traffic into each one of those domains as possible in order to allow each location to rank locally as well as possible. So traffic to one site basically benefits all. This right here is an example of a customized local website. So as you can tell, just between these, that's kind of a stock image. And this right here is actually an image of a franchisee's business and the people that work for them. This is like a meet the team. We can install a customized image on your homepage if you want. I know some people live in cities with very unique and recognizable landmarks, maybe a downtown area if you're a metropolitan area, or somewhere out in the Midwest or something. If there's an image that captures the eye and says, this is who I am in my local level, all you have to do is reach out to Scorpion and we can help you adjust that image and put a custom image in there. So one of the things that we do have on our website is special offers like coupons. Coupons are definitely not something that you're obligated to do, but we always suggest speaking with your marketing manager, which is me again, Stephen, about which special offers you would like to put on the website. These coupons are ones that we can fully customize. It's completely up to you what you want to put on there. We do have some preset coupons though that we kind of suggest starting off with. If you don't know where to start, we can help you with that. We can also set start and expiration dates if you wanted to do like a spring special or a fall tune-up special, something like that. We can automatically set the dates for the coupons to go up and for them to automatically come off of the website. So all this requires is just a quick conversation with me or someone at Scorpion here. You can shoot us over an email or give us a call, and we can help you set up coupons on your website. I think incentives are always a good idea to get people in the door and to get your techs out for estimates that turn into repairs, that turn into replacements, which is what all of us want. So this right here is the map that shows on your website. And the reason that I wanted to show this slide is that on the right side, you're going to see the contact phone number, and then you're going to see the cities that are listed for service area for this particular, like AirServe of Katy. They service those cities that are listed right there, as well as the zip codes that are listed on the right side. Now these zip codes and cities are uploaded to us by Dwyer. These are the zip codes that you have purchased as your own territory, and this is where we are able to advertise PPC for you at a local level. So I would always suggest checking out this map, and if the zip codes or the territories don't look exactly like what you think they should be, you should just let me know, and then we can work with home office at Dwyer to make sure that everything is exactly how it should be. So let's talk about online reviews. With online marketing and with Google nowadays, Google places a very high premium on businesses that have online reviews. And why is that? Well, Google wants to provide the very best results, search results, for their users as possible. And one of the ways that they can determine that, since they're not able to do business with every single business on the internet, is that they look at how many reviews a local website or a local business has. And the more reviews they have, and the more they have them over a long period of time, in general, the better a website will rank. So one of the things that Dwyer does for you is they've partnered with Listen 360, and they're pulling in the website, or I'm sorry, they're pulling in reviews from Listen 360 onto the website. I also wanted to mention real quickly that it's not a coincidence for businesses that have a whole lot of reviews that their owners tend to make that a priority. And there are two ways that you can really, or actually there's one way you can get a lot of reviews, in my opinion, and that is to incentivize potentially your techs to let them know that how important it is for you to get those reviews. You cannot incentivize your customers to write a review. That is against Google's best practices, and you can actually get your reviews taken down. So one thing I had spoken with, again, with Austin the other day was that I just tend to find that the business owners that have the most reviews and rank the best tend to be the ones that tell me on a regular basis, I know reviews are important, I make a lot of effort to get those reviews, and I tell my techs to always please ask for a positive review. So it might be something for you guys to think about. So another thing that you have as an option on your website is to upload photos. I think that a before and after photo of a nice clean install or a job is always a good idea. We can also run some contests. We've actually run like an oldest furnace contest that we get photos from where, locally maybe a house has a furnace in there that's 100 years old. It's all rusty and decrepit and falling apart. And you guys go out, fix it, install a new unit, and take that before and after photo. This really speaks to the quality of work that AirServe does and the standards to which you guys hold yourself. So whenever possible, take some high quality photos of before and after when you're doing installs, and we can upload those to your website, and that provides always a good reference point for a consumer. I know for me, if I was going to choose a HVAC install company and I saw nice clean installation, high quality product and everything, that would sway me more towards someone who didn't have that. So photo potential is another way other than just having before and after installs. Your team, people like to see faces. They like to see who's going to come into their home and be working around their family. So I do think it's a great idea to have a Meet the Team page. That's going to be something that I can mention here and also just in a second about adding content. But having high quality pictures of your team is always a good idea. That example earlier of the AirServe team out in front of the van is always a good one too. And it's relatively simple to take. Before and after photos of jobs, we've already talked about that. Pictures of your trucks, especially if you've gotten them rewrapped or freshly wrapped right out of the vinyl wrapping place. Take a big picture of it while it's nice and clean. That's always nice to put on a website. If you have a shop or a storefront, that's always great to put on the website as well so people know where to look for you. But it seems like 9 times out of 10, most of the AirServe franchisees work from home and go to the client. So if you don't have a shop or a storefront, no big deal. Owner pictures, very similar to the Meet the Team. We can create a Meet the Team page and also do owner bios. So if you've been in HVAC for ages and you know your way around the business and you're an expert, we'd love to write about that. So just a brief bio and some bullet points is all we would need, and our writing team can take it from there. And a couple of pictures maybe of you and your family if you have it. Just always a great way to reinforce that you guys are not just a business and just a number, but you're real people that are looking to provide great service. And then last point, remember to upload quality photos, and they can be repurposed for social content. We always like to post as many unique photos as possible, and if you want to post a picture to your Facebook page, we can do that for you as well. All you have to do is just send it over. And if you don't have a Facebook page yet, we will also help you create that here at Scorpion. That's part of what we do. So fresh content and blogs. One of the nice things that Dwyer does for you guys, they have a national blog that gets pushed across the entire network. It provides searchable content and adds SEO value because it is regularly updated. We can also help you create a blog. If you wanted to create a blog, it's one of those things where it needs to be updated on a regular basis or it's not worth having, so you got to be really dedicated to do it. But if you want to do that, we can do, again, before and after photos, location, info for trade shows, and do-it-yourself HVAC little tips. Blogs are always a good idea. Sorry, I had to cough there. And promotions. I think I mentioned this just a moment ago, but one of the most popular promotions that we've done recently was an oldest furnace contest. We can brainstorm with you on promotions in your area, what's going to make sense to you. Some places don't have furnaces, they have boilers. Some places don't really have huge air conditioning units if it's a really mild area. But whatever your particular area is, we'd like to help you build out a promotion for that. So all you have to do, again, is just get in touch with us. You can also get in touch with Home Office, talk to Mary or Austin. They can give you some ideas about what has worked across the board. And we can work closely with you guys as a team to build out promotions that are going to get people incentivized to give you a call and do business with you. So this is the Scorpion dashboard. This is actually something that we're extremely proud of. I'll just give you some brief history about Scorpion. We're as much of a technology company as we are a marketing company. Every single tool that we use at Scorpion has been built in-house by our own programmers. And this Scorpion dashboard right here is where each one of you will go to look at your local leads that are driven through Scorpion, either through the phone numbers or the website form fills or requests for service. We also pull in all of your traffic information, all of your Google Analytics about how your website traffic is going. We have, if you run pay-per-click advertising, which I highly recommend you do, if you run it with Scorpion, we pull all of your reporting and your metrics for your PPC into the dashboard. We also take care of following your ranking and authority in your area, which means how are you ranking for specific important terms on Google. We'll have a report for that that'll tell you what page you're on for like AC repair in your area. We do reputation monitoring, which means we can scrape some of the reputation websites like Facebook, Yelp, House, whatever, and give you an idea of what your reputation is online. So if you have some negative reviews, you'll probably see those in that dashboard, and we can help you write a response if someone writes an unfair negative review, or even if it's a fair negative review, we can help you write a response to that as well. And the dashboard itself is something, again, I want to brag on just for a second. Last year, Google gave away one Technology Innovation of the Year award to all of their many hundreds of partners. They only gave one of those awards away, and we actually won that for the SMS dashboard. So this dashboard is something that Google recognizes as being extremely valuable for our clients. Gives you a lot of clarity and visibility in your performance and into your lead totals. And again, what I'd like to do is set up a webinar if you to do some training on this. I could do that individually or as a group. So all you have to do is just let me know if you are planning on using the dashboard. It is very intuitive once you get into it, but initially it can be a little bit intimidating. So I would always recommend reaching out and letting somebody here at Scorpion walk you through it for the first time. So one thing that we're also very excited about that we've created is Scorpion Chat. We do have a chat widget now, and this is an option that I think is extremely appealing to most franchisees because it's impossible to answer every question every minute of every day. A lot of you are owner-operators, which means you're out there in the field in an attic in 95-degree weather, and you don't have time to answer every last little email or call in that moment. So if you have a chat, Scorpion Chat, we can install this on your website. There is a fee for it, obviously, because it is manned by a real person. We have chat representatives based out of our Dallas office that are fully trained about AirServe, and we also have a questionnaire that we'll send you. It's about 15 questions to get a really good idea of what your business is specifically like so that our chat representatives can answer those questions for you. So if you've got interest in chat, please send me an email. I'll show my email at the end of this presentation. It is stephen.bess@scorpion.co, just for reference, but it's something that I would highly recommend considering because it just is another way to provide excellent customer service and to answer questions right there and then on the spot. As you know, with marketing and anything else, you've got a moment of time when a client is interested in doing business with you, and if you lose that moment, they might just move on to somebody else. So Scorpion Chat can be a great option for you guys, especially when you're out in the field and busy. This is just an example of what it would look like for chat. And I mentioned the Scorpion dashboard a second ago. One thing that we do with the Scorpion Chat is we pull in the entire conversation and put that into the dashboard so you can read all of the chats individually, and you can have a complete transcript of the chat representative's interaction with your clients. So that we get full reporting on that, and the chat is a monthly fee, and it has unlimited chat. So you could have 5 or you could have 500. It doesn't make a difference. Local listings. So local listings means basically any kind of listing like Angie's List, Facebook, Google+, any of these listings where your name, address, and phone number, that's called NAP for short, anywhere your NAP would be shown. We want that to be as consistent as possible because Google's algorithm looks for that consistency, and they rank businesses higher who have perfectly consistent NAP across all the different directory listings, and you'll rank lower if it's inconsistent. So one of the things that we do for you guys as part of the services we provide is we manage all of your local listings for you. This ensures consistency and accuracy. It also assists and improves your SEO, as I mentioned, because Google's algorithm recognizes that consistency is a positive factor for your business. In their mind, that means that you've got your stuff together, that you know what you're doing, and that you've taken the time to ensure that consistency, that it's very likely that you're going to give that same level of detail and attention to your customers. And each one of these local listings uses Scorpion's tracking phone number. Now, why is that? It's consistency-based. We want to make sure that when Google sees your business, they see the same phone number across the board online. So what we do is we put that tracking number across all the listings so that your lead total represents your total online presence. We also push all of your directory listings through a data aggregator called Yext, which sends your NAP to hundreds of online listing sites, and it can actually overwrite incorrect information. Normally, franchisees who are not with Scorpion would have to pay a fee for that, like a monthly fee with Yext, but we do that as part of what is included in your Scorpion services. So this is just an example of a Google Plus listing. If you were to look up AirServe of Mid-Michigan, this would pop up on the right side of the search engine results page. And as you can see here, the name would be AirServe of Michigan. The address is listed right here. And Google wants to see the exact address. I mean, if it's in Clinton, ST for North Clinton Street, they want to see that across all the listings and not North Clinton Street, in Clinton Street, and so forth. They're different variations. So we make sure that it's consistent across the board. And then this phone number here is going to be your tracking phone number that's on the Scorpion website. And then that's obviously an example of someone giving a Google Plus review. If you wanted a customer to give a Google Plus review, this is where they go. They click review, they can give you a star rating, and then type in their customer experience with your business. So that actually brings me near the end of my presentation. We talked about what Scorpion is and what we do for you. We reviewed your website. We looked at local content options. I described what local listings are and how Scorpion handles that. And then I did have time for questions. But what I wanted to do is just put this here so that anybody that's watching this recording, if you do have questions, I am your marketing manager here at Scorpion. I am on the West Coast, so I work Pacific Coast time hours. I normally get in about 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and I leave around 5 o'clock. But I do check my email on the weekends as well. So one thing we want to do is provide world-class service for you. I have a full team behind me as well who helps answer questions when I'm unavailable. If you shoot an email over to stephen.bess@scorpion.co, I'll get it, and my team will get it as well, and we'll respond to you as quickly as possible. Or you can give me a call at the phone number below. That's my extension. It's 5275. So I hope that gives you guys a good overview of what Scorpion's doing for you and how hard we're working for you to make you rank, and to also give you guys different options for chat, for pay-per-click. I do want to mention pay-per-click just briefly as one of the services that we do provide. It's certainly not required, but for AirServe, particularly in the summer and fall, it is a very, very popular way to drive leads. We're able to target the customers that you want in your areas for the jobs that you want, as opposed to SEO, which is a passive form of marketing. It requires the customer to come to you. With PPC, we can actually take your ads and place it in the geographic areas that you want with the messaging that you want. So it's a very, very effective tool, and we build out budgets based upon your needs. So the last thing I want to do is say that you have to spend X amount of dollars across the board. What I want to do is speak to you individually, get a feel of your business, do a deep dive into how you're doing, how many techs you have, how many leads you need, and then from that we will reverse engineer a budget based upon your exact needs. So we've had very good success, and we currently have about 80 to 85 AirServes running PPC with us. So if you want some testimonials, you want to ask some people how we're doing for them, I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. So that concludes my part of the presentation today. I appreciate you guys being attentive. I hope I didn't put anybody to sleep. If you've got any questions, please reach out, and I look forward to working with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. What I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and make myself the presenter, and then I'll jump in and talk about ServiceTitan. Today I'm going to discuss fees and creating users. So guys, if anybody needs to reach out to Stephen, please take note of his information, and yeah, if you need anything, he's there for you.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. You guys having me.
All right. All right. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, guys, what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to jump into my ServiceTitan testing account, and I want to talk about how to create a new user, how to create a new technician, and what those fees are associated to this. So once you log into ServiceTitan, in the upper right corner of the screen, you're going to see either your picture, if you've loaded a picture to your profile, or it's going to be a blank picture icon. So you just click on this picture, you drop down and go down to Settings, and inside of Settings on the left-hand side, you have this option here for technicians, and this is how you create technicians. So you'll see that I already have a bunch created in my testing account, and then you also have this option here for employees. So I want to talk about both of these areas, and then the next step is I'll cover the fees that are associated to these. To create a new employee, what you want to do is you just click on whichever type of employee you need to create. Do you need to create an office user or a technician? You click the Add Employee button. From there, you just start filling out the profile. What's your employee's name? Oh, my caps aren't working. What that employee's desk phone number is. Does that employee have an email address? And what do you want their preferred username to be? Now, you're going to have this area here that says business units. You'll want to skip over this because we don't want to assign somebody to a specific business unit or class code. that may restrict what they see inside of ServiceTitan, so you don't want to do that. Now, you do have this option here for what their role in the company is. A dispatch role has a set of permissions. So if you click dispatch from this list and you look at their permission tab, you'll have a preset check boxes of what this employee can and cannot do. You can always scroll through these check mark boxes to define, okay, yes, I actually do want them to be able to do other specific things. But then if you actually go back to the details tab up here at the top, if you change them to a different permission, so let's say I want to make this particular employee an admin, they can do everything in the system. When I go look at the permissions tab, you'll see that they should have everything checked. If something is not checked, you may just want to double check that they can edit those specific things and check mark their boxes. Before you save on this, be sure to give that person a password. And then once you've verified everything, you can hit the save button to add an employee picture. Just take a good picture of your employee and click the upload button. Whenever you click the upload button, you'll probably need to navigate to where that picture is housed. And then you just click on the picture and hit open, and then that'll upload the picture. So of course, I don't want my employee to have an AirServe picture, so I'll take that off. And then you just hit save. After that, it will save the employee here. If somebody ever leaves your company, you can go back into their profile by hitting the edit pencil. And down here at the bottom, there's a deactivate button. You never delete employees, you just deactivate them so that they're no longer visible. And whenever you deactivate either an employee or a technician, that does stop the billing for that person. And then it also removes them from the list so that they cannot log on. So that's how to set up an employee. To set up a technician is basically the same method. You'll go into the technician settings here, and you click Add Technician, and you start filling out their basically their HR record or their profile, and just go in, fill in all the boxes. Now, the important piece here on your technicians is that you're clicking this button here to enable mobile access. So if your technician, be it your salesperson, service maintenance tech, installer, whomever needs access to ServiceTitan on the iPad, you'll want to click this button here that says enable access. So you may have a install helper or an apprentice or something like that where you want them to show on the dispatch screen to book a job for them, but they're not actually going to be using an iPad for mobile invoicing. So if they are not going to be using an iPad for mobile invoicing, don't check this box off. Whenever you check this box off, that tells the ServiceTitan billing that, hey, this person has access to ServiceTitan on the mobile, and I need to give them a username and password so that they can log in. If they don't need one, you don't have to check the box. But if you check this box off, go down just a little bit more, and you'll have a field here for a username and a password. This is the username and password that they will enter in on their iPad to log into the app. And the same thing whenever you create them a username and a password, if you go back up to the top and you look at their permissions, you'll want to make sure that they have the correct permissions. Some offices say that I will allow a technician to take a payment, and if they accidentally goof up on that, I will allow my technician to delete it. Others say no, if they goof up, the office can delete or edit that payment once it's back to us. So that is a permission to edit. Then you also have the ability to edit the price. So when they put a task code on a job, if the price is incorrect, this permission will allow them to overwrite the price and correct it. Otherwise, if this box is not checked, somebody in the office will need to edit that price. And then you just kind of go through and you can, double check, pick and choose what they have. For the most part, most of these permissions are already set by default, but again, this is totally up to you guys on how and what you would like your technicians to be able to view and edit. So once you do fill out their profile, check their box if they need to be enabled. You just go down here to the bottom and save. And just like your office employees, if you need to, dismiss a technician from being on this list, you just go in, click the little edit pencil, and down here at the bottom, there's this deactivate button. So it'll still retain all of the history that was associated to this technician, but it won't actually delete them from the system. They stay in the system, they just get marked as not active. One thing I did forget to mention, I'm going to jump back over here to employees, is inside of employees, whenever you create a new employee, you do have the option here for a display user. So a display user is somebody that needs to view the data inside of ServiceTitan, but they don't need to make any changes. So this could be a lead technician, your home comfort designer, maybe the owner even doesn't need to make any changes, but you have an office admin user that can edit everything. A display user is a no-charge user. So if you have anybody in your system that's marked as display, they can view the data, they cannot change it, but this user is a no-cost user. So let's go over here on the left-hand side and jump into billing. In the billing section, you'll see a balance, what your balance is. So obviously I am a bad user. I have a negative balance. If you ever need to update and manage your credit card that's on file, you just click this button here on the right-hand side and you add or update your credit card information. So if your card's getting ready to expire, or maybe you want to switch from one card to another, you can do so there. So users are office users. Those users are $99 per month unless they are a display user. Display users are no charge, but everyone else that's listed as user is $99 per month. Anybody here that is listed as technician, that is somebody that you acknowledge has the checkmark box checked to enable mobile access. Those users are $39 per month. If somebody is not checkmarked as mobile access enabled, of course you're not being billed for them. If you purchase phone numbers inside of ServiceTitan, and I'll show you where to do that, local phone numbers are $2.50 per month, and they carry a 7 cents per minute usage fee. Other than that, there's no other taxes, fees, anything else associated to that, $2.50 per month. Toll-free numbers, I believe, are $7 a month, and those also carry the per minute usage. You also see here that you're being billed every month, and it'll let you know when your next billing date and first billing dates were. So my next billing date is this, and it'll let you know, how many users you're being billed for. To quickly jump over into the phone numbers, on the left-hand side, underneath employees, there's this button here that says phone. To purchase a new phone number inside of ServiceTitan, you just come here and there's this little blue link that says click here. So you'll click on the here button, and to purchase a new phone number, all you have to do is say get new number, enter in an area code, or if you need to grab a toll-free number, you can do so there. You type in your area code or your zip code if you're looking for a specific zip code, and then hit the search button. From there, it will run through the database to find any available phone numbers with that area code or number criteria, and then you'll press this button here that says get this number. These are live phone numbers, so as soon as you say get this number, it is immediately ready for use and able for you to be, put it on an advertising piece, be it a yard sign or yellow page, business cards, whatever it is. So it's just that easy, but again, local phone numbers, you're being billed at $2.50 per month. I know that was a quick wrap-up of how to create users, technicians, manage users, and the fees. But if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to our support team, and that phone number is 254-405-6757. Other than that, I'll go ahead and wrap up this webinar, and I hope you guys have a great Friday.